second strategy.
Okay, you're going to ask me questions, alternative questions to my nature, first strategy and second strategy?
Yeah.
All right.
Probably um, you will want to answer both sometime, uh, but it is better if you choose what's closer and choose one. If you can't choose or you don't know, we will either discuss it or just skip the question.
Okay.
How do you like to act? By the plan or by the situation?
I would prefer by the plan.
Okay, and when your plan changes, you feel some discomfort.
I usually do, yes, but I know after enough real life experiences that plans usually always change, so it's okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I understand. Um, Next question is about extroversion and introversion, and I just usually ask, are you an extrovert or an introvert?
I would
How do you
say
think?
I'm an introvert.
You say you're an introvert. You're more quiet and energy accumulating, not energy spender.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Uh, Now imagine a box and describe what you imagine.
I imagine a boring cardboard box.
What? That what?
A cardboard box.
Cardboard.
Like that cheap brown paper that makes a box, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That that one, like hard, like I don't know, opposite of thin.
Mm. What do you mean opposite of thing?
Like thin
Oh,
and fat, like
oh,
flat.
thin. Yeah, yeah. It's. I was just imagining like a shoe box, but all brown. Just really, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. When you imagined it, uh, did you see any motion in there? Like
No, it was static.
still, yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. And there were no like viewpoint motion as well. You know, like that's the box and that's the viewpoint and just like that.
I was
No.
just looking straight at it.
Okay. Okay. What do you see first? Uh, uh, Positive side or negative side? Like
Mm,
what is in presence? What is present? What is here? What is exists? Or what is in absent? And absent. What is absent? What is not?
Usually, I look at what's missing, what's wrong, but I've been trying to train myself to look at the positive and what's there.
Okay.
Mm.
And this is like necessary to you to mention the negative part, even if you're talking about the good side.
Yeah, usually I do because I like to give both sides of
Mm-hmm.
an opinion or viewpoint. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Uh, what's more important for you, process or the result?
the result.
The result. Okay. By the way, how much are you aware of Socionics theory, the Raining dichotomies, moduli, that stuff?
How am I familiar with the subject matter?
Yeah.
Um, I've been into it about 3 years, but sometimes it's hard for me to feel confident in it because there are no definitive answers. It's just someone's kind of interpretation. And then you just
Mm-hmm.
make the best arguments you can for your interpretation, and that's it. And that's
Yeah.
not, sometimes that's not clear enough for me because you're dealing with humans, and humans are just dynamic beings, and we all have our multifaceted views, and it's hard to pinpoint some things down.
I understand.
Mhm.
You know, here in Russia we have similar situation. Everybody argues and even swear to each other, or like bad speaking to each other because they don't like, and it's just their interpreters, and just as you said, we have similar situation. I think the solution is methodology. If you research socionics methodology well, you can say like how to think in socionics correct, and what is correct and what's incorrect, and after that your arguments can be more than just interpreters. It's methodology based.
Okay. So the methodology, like the Rhinen dichotomies, or
That's a huge part of how many methodologies in socionics are, and what they have in common, and what are their differences. Yeah, like Rhinen, like modeling, like small groups. All of this is structure of socionics.
okay.
And then you have to interpret this structure, like understand it. What does it mean? And then you have to see it in real life on practice, and that's specific skill to understand what's happening in the world due to socionics, like how it is written there. And all of this requires its own methodology.
Okay.
But we can go on with our typing.
All right.
When someone talks to you, what do you notice first? The emotional part or the case part, the constructive part, like logical part?
This is really tough for me. It's hard for me to see the difference sometimes because I try to take the person into account. Some people are just more emotional and they can't give you a clear answer. And some people, even though they're giving you a clear answer, you can kind of tell that they're hiding some feelings behind it. So this is I would have to say I don't know on this one.
Okay.
I try to do the latter, where I take what words they're saying, but I've just noticed that sometimes what people say isn't really what they mean a lot of the time.
Okay. And when you are saying, what is your main, speech goal? To say in case, or to make some emotional feelings in others, in atmosphere?
I know you said not to pick both, but I think I try to do both. When I'm an American living in Germany, and a lot of Germans, for example, they're sort of ignoring the negative aspects of of the million refugees that just came. Like if I mention how in France and in Sweden there are no-go zones, like they don't even want to talk about it. They just kind of ignore it, as opposed to, and so then I try to make it more emotional. I go like, so some people are being raped and murdered. The police are too afraid to go there. Are you okay with that? And I just get a silent response. Like I try to do both. I try to go for the emotions, or I say facts, and it doesn't resonate with them for some reason. So what I'm really trying to do is get my point across. It doesn't matter to me how I do it.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I see what you're saying. Let's go further. How do you set your goals? I'll explain you two strategies now. First strategy is you kind of set a goal, and then you kind of choose what ways come to your goal, and that's your maybe not a problem, but that's where you have to kind of work to choose a path. It's easy for you to choose a goal, and then you have to work with choosing a path. So that's the first strategy. The second strategy is you just feel that you are on your way. You are okay. You know that you're heading wherever you want, and it is easy for you to choose what's next step to take, what to do right now. But it's hard for you to set far goal and stick to it, not to change it.
I sort of try to act like the first one,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems I live my life like the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I I have lots of ideas for goals, and I know exactly even how to get there, every step I need to take. But what usually ends up happening is I just kind of live my life, and I kind of just do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, but it's still, I don't know, usually I get bored with a goal, so I change it.
Mm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I give an example, like, I used to, I wasn't really religious,
Mm-hmm.
but I was, because my family, we never went to church or anything, but I still thought there was a God. And when I started learning more about history and religion, I realized that religion is just the first attempt at philosophy, just people trying to understand what's going on. And then stories were passed down for the next generation to the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
And so then for a while, I believed there was a God, but all religions were man made. And then I started learning about all the arguments, and then I became like almost an atheist extremist. I knew every
Mm-hmm.
argument against religion, and then after like a year or two, I found the information just useless. I was like, okay, I have all these arguments against God, but I mean, I don't. I'm an atheist now. I just don't care anymore. It's just it's a not even something I think about. It's just a part of my life now. So who cares about it anymore? Do you
Mm-hmm.
kind of see what I mean? Like this was sort of a goal, but then it didn't mean anything to more. It lost its value to me.
Okay, but still, uh, it's interesting for me. How do you feel now? You just uh, deny all the religions, or even God existing as well?
Both.
Okay.
But I'm open to it. I mean, if you can show me evidence, I'll look at it. But I highly doubt you're gonna find any evidence. You know.
Yeah, it's hard to, the evidence is like a scientific term, and when we are speaking about science, we have to deal with like dominant theory, dominant paradigm in our science now, like this philosophers of science stuff, and it's hard to prove that evidence, if we find one of a God, is an evidence, because some scientists can say, hey, we don't take arguments in science. See scientific philosophy, and it makes just far, people just get far from each other with closeness,
Hmm.
which is happening between science and religion, as I think.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But if you, I don't know what I think. I think everything is fine and he exists.
I see.
But what?
I said I see. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let's continue.
All right.
Mm, you gave me interesting answers. It's not like building up easily. Mm, let's try kind of tell me what you feel about information aspects, yeah? What
Um,
I
information aspects? I
yeah,
think so. What do you mean by that?
I mean, I will ask next questions. I ask will about these information aspects and parts of your life, like spheres of life.
Okay.
Mm, for example, do you like to think and speak about structures and reasons and logical logical corrections, like truth, logical truth
Uh,
of sentences?
yes, I do.
Rapid character.
Y-
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like to like getting something structured, structured or organized?
Sorry, say that again.
Making organized, making things organized.
I like to. Usually, I'm more structured and organized in my mind,
Mm,
and sometimes I can keep my apartment really organized, but I'm just not very good at it, or
mm,
I feel kind of lazy about it. But yeah, I would like for things to be organized. Hmm.
mm. Uh, okay. Are no? Uh, Your thinking, is it abstract or concrete, like in details, or just in ideas? The main point.
Um, I would say it's probably more abstract, but
Mm,
as I learn more about socionics, I try to apply my thinking a little more concretely so more people can understand me and more people can participate in the conversations I'm interested in.
mm.
Learning
I,
socionics changed me a little bit because
I understand. It changed me too.
yeah, like I think I mentioned this earlier on Facebook Messenger. Like my week,
What you think? What in Facebook
I said
Messenger?
I mentioned to you earlier on
Uh,
Facebook that I really like my weak functions that I value. I
mm,
used to anytime I was criticized for it, I used to like it used to hurt me. But
mm,
now it doesn't hurt me at all. I just knowing that I'm bad at it frees me. I'm free to be as crazy as I want with them because it doesn't matter. No, there's nothing I can do to get better at it. I can only have other people do it
okay,
for me.
I see.
Yeah.
No, it's hard. It's hard to use your weak functions mm, well on practice, and it is pretty hard in our time. I don't know how you live in America or now in Germany, but uh, here in Russia, a lot of people then getting like good cul- culture level, like really good education with interest and specialization that uh, they want to like live with, you know. Mm, what I mean that now people have really weak functions, but I think if you do mm, do the right things and like work with yourself, you can make it more successful. You just that's like dualization. Heard of dualization? When you acting with your dual a lot, you get more like stronger functions, like stronger weak functions, because you just get used to do good on your weak functions. And in dualization, it is the easier way, but there are others just working for it.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I think I've met a few duels, but nothing really. No,
What you do?
I think I've met a few duels of my type.
Met a few?
A few duels.
Ah,
I've
yeah,
experienced
yeah,
duality, but nothing. I don't have any close dual friends. It's just I just met them casually, I think. So
okay.
yeah, I need to
You
find
know
more.
that when you don't have a close dual friend, you can even dislike your duals because you kind of don't know how to use them. You don't know what is comfort with them because you see how they may be just really weak in what is important for you.
Yeah,
Can you wait kind of minute? I will bring some coffee.
sure. Hmm. It's at 24 minutes now. The last time I tested my recorder, it only lasted 35 minutes for some reason. Then it just stopped.
Mhm. We can speak a little now and like recall later.
Okay, I'm just letting you know before it cuts off, and then
Okay, great.
okay.
Uh, so, do you like to speak about opportunities and possibilities?
Um, yeah, I like speaking about possibilities a lot. What
Mm.
ifs?
What?
I said, yeah, I like speaking about
Okay, okay.
possibilities a lot.
Uh, do you like to uh, do you like to tell others about the possibilities they have to direct them in like in personal development or maybe getting um, some like some deal with a lot of prospect like what makes sense in future.
I like telling people about that all the time,
Yeah,
but
okay.
no one likes taking my advice for some reason.
uh, okay. It is how do you think what's more important for you, the logical kind of correction, logical I don't know how to say it, logical regularity, like logical truth, or the ethical uh, right, like yeah, that's right. I think I feel like good to that. Like I
Um,
think this is true, this is correct, or I feel this is right. What is more for you? Like more yours.
what is correct?
What is correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like emotional people?
Um, I do for some reason.
Mm-hmm. That's all. You don't know
I do,
the reason.
but it kind of depends who they are. And my last girlfriend was very, very emotional, but I was always okay with that. I don't know why.
Okay. Can I say that make you like feel better, like feel more comfortable when there is like bright light around?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And how do you relate to comfort and like convenience and all this life stuff, like cooking food, washing the dishes, or clothes, or drying it, and your style, and like this.
I actually really enjoy cooking. I always cook a nice dinner every day, and I'm just used to cleaning the kitchen perfectly every night. But the rest of my apartment looks kind of messy and disorganized. But it's like at least my kitchen is clean,
Yeah,
and
I understand. I had a period like this in my life.
I've been like this for years now, and I'm okay with that because I love eating more than having a perfectly clean couch. You know.
Mm.
My style is a little plain, but usually I get compliments like my colors are always matching. Like someone will randomly tell me that.
Does it make you feel excited, like inspired?
Um, a little bit, but not really. Usually I don't believe them. I'm like, nah, I don't think I can dress well at all. I just don't believe them.
Ah,
I
okay.
think they're just being nice.
Mhm, I see. And when someone helps you with style, mm, do you feel like up, emotional going up? Like I don't know how is it. Mm, like you have better mood, like more excited.
Um, I remember this happening to me. A friend of mine, he wanted everybody to come, and yeah, it made me feel pretty good. But this happened so I wouldn't count it. But the experience, because I never picked that myself.
Was it good eventually?
Sorry,
Was it good eventually?
I'm not hearing the last part. Was it good?
Eventually, like.
Oh, eventually, yeah, I started. It expanded my style. Now I would wear more of this type of jacket. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. And mm, uh, how do you think when you have a kind of bad situation with your feelings, uh, like what feelings, like sense of yourself? Maybe you are cold or not comfort, or it's messy around, and or maybe you wanna eat. So does it make your emotions go lower? Like you can't do anything when you feel bad, or in this sensing feel what type, what meaning?
Usually I can keep going, but I noticed when it comes to hot and cold, I'm more sensitive to that than disorganized. Like a mess isn't going to stop me from doing what I need to do.
Hmm.
I would probably just keep going unless I don't know, it was really stinky or I am expecting guests later. There has to be a reason. Without
Hmm.
that reason, I'm probably not going to do much about it. Like I mean, I could show you now. Like I have all these clothes on my floor
Hmm.
and it's been like that for maybe a week. And
Hmm.
I'm probably not going to do anything about it. Unless it's laundry day, then I'm going to do something about it.
Okay, I see, I see. Mm. uh, how do you relate to people who manifest their will a lot, who just says another what to do and just getting the stuff they want done?
That usually annoys me. Um, when someone does it the first few times, I usually just do it to be nice because if you're in someone's house and they say, "Oh, could you please do this?" you just do it because you want to be nice. But
Mm,
if they keep doing it, I realize like, no, I'm not gonna do this, and I tell them to their face, I'm not your pawn to move as you please. Don't tell me what to do. And I have to set up my boundaries with them
mm,
because I don't want to be told what to do. You're not my boss. You don't sign my paycheck. Why are you telling me what to do?
mm-hmm. I see. And how do you feel when you have to be kind of strong with people, like to manifest your will to move your positions, kind of that?
It depends what it is. If it's something really important to me, then I'm gonna really do it. But what's kind of scary is um, if someone is you can say anything you want to me. You can make any joke about me. I don't care because I can always make a joke back at you. But once someone starts getting like physical or threatening, then either I'm going to leave the situation or I'm going to go crazy, and I really don't want to go crazy
Uh-huh, okay.
because I don't want to
And
lose
this makes
control.
you like not comfortable, yeah?
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable.
Mm, can I say that you kind of don't know what is right in this situation, how to act wrong?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, uh,
Hey, it's
I
at
think
35 minutes. I could just I'm not sure what to do.
I think we can stop on